Thanks for checking out guardiansofthegreenberet.com. Today we present Steve Slaton. He's running for office out in Arizona and was sent to us because people heard him claim to be Special Forces or Green Beret when he was yelling at and threatening an individual he disagreed with. A reporter heard him claim to be a Green Beret, and she asked him about it, and those claims quickly were removed from the internet. We heard he had stickers, Special Forces stuff on his truck, which was removed. That being said, we already requested records, so when we got them, we sent them to the individual that initially requested, and it's our understanding Steve Slaton said either us, Guardians of the Green Beret, or the individual that requested records doctored his DD-214 or altered his DD-214, and Steve Slaton actually produces a DD-214 that shows he received the Vietnam Service Medal, which is not the case. He added that to an official government document. He added a lot. He added the Army Commendation Medal. He added the Good Conduct Medal. He did not receive any of those. But to double and triple check, we reached out to our asset at the VA, and she confirmed beyond doubt that the DD-214 that we produce is the legit one. We also reached back out a second time to National Personnel Records Center and sent them the fake DD-214 that Steve Slaton is claiming to be real. They responded on NPRC letterhead that they do not have record of that in their database. So he falsified an official government document. We reached out to him for comment. He said he never claimed to be Special Forces, only that he was trained by somebody in Special Forces or whatever. We believe that a lie. We believe he did claim to be Special Forces until people started asking him questions about it. So without further ado, here's the phone call with him. If you've heard him claim to be Special Forces, a Green Beret, or a Vietnam combat veteran, or any of that stuff, give us an email. We will keep your name anonymous, but we'll add it to the picture section of our article. All right, out here.
Steve.
Hey, Steve, this is Guardians of the Green Beret. And how you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Hey, somebody emailed us and said I don't know if they got their wording wrong or whatever, but they said that you accused us of doctoring your DD-214.
That's not true. Matter of fact, I can't even comment on any of that. My lawyer says there's somebody putting out a lot of false information, so right now I can't even talk about anything.
Okay. Hey, if you give me 2 seconds, I'll tell you where we're coming from. A while back, okay, I guess you were at a political event or whatever, and you got in an argument with somebody, and it's my understanding from multiple people, like so far 8 emails, I believe, that you threatened to hurt this guy because you were former Special Forces. And that's why they reached out to us, because... What's that?
No, that didn't happen. There was a guy a long time ago, years ago, what it was at an NCRC meeting, and this guy was completely out of hand and everything else, and I told him, I don't want to hurt you or anything like that. I had training from a guy, Special Force, but I never said I was Special Force, and I never profaned it.
Hey, that wouldn't be Karen's husband, would it?
That was put out by, I believe it was Sylvia Allen.
No, but he wasn't a Green Beret either.
No, he was a guy who was really off base, looking for political favors. He was trying to do like a land.
No, I'm talking about Karen's husband. In his obit, it says he ran Black Ops with Bo Gritz. That's not true. He never went to Vietnam either. Yeah.
You're talking about Karen's husband. Oh, gosh, I got no idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he was a 3-year engineer that never went to Vietnam. But I was sent your DD-214 from NPRC, because back when we were under the assumption you were claiming to be a Green Beret, we requested records. And it's something we do every day. And the individual we sent your records to has shown them to people. You said either he or us altered them, okay? And I took great offense to that because those are your legit records, okay? Now, we were sent another set of another DD-214 that shows Vietnam Service Medal, Army Good Conduct Medal, Army Commendation Medal that was added, and then Box 27, Nixon Vietnamese Program, 1974, promoted to sergeant, Army Transportation. So that was, whenever you use the typewriter to type that stuff in there, the 7 and the 4 are absolutely different fonts than the rest of the legit DD-214. But it was hard anybody with a good eye can see that. And I reached out to that forensics master sergeant and pointed it out, and now he's on the same page we are. But I went one step further. We have investigators at the Veterans Administration, and they looked up your DD-214 at the VA, and it has none of that on there. It has exactly what we gave the individual who requested it. So you know what I did?
Go ahead.
I reached back out to NPRC and sent them your doctored DD-214 that you hold up, and I appreciate you staying with me because I'll be through in about 2 minutes. I want you to know where we're coming from. I reached out to Second Level Emergency Response Division of NPRC, and I sent them your fake DD-214 that you're claiming is legit. And they sent me a second. Well, first they said that Nixon Vietnamese program doesn't exist. Nobody's ever heard of that in the entire world. But they sent me on National Personnel Records Center your name, your social security number that's redacted, which I sent them, but it matches, and it says, "Dear recipient," and this is in regards to your fake DD-214 you show people. "Thank you for contacting National Personnel Records Center. Attached is the DD-214 that you provided." Your fake one I sent them. It does not match original record DD-214. It does not match the DD-214 in our holdings. Okay? That's from National Personnel Records Center that hold official military records. Do you have any comment on that? I'm going to provide this to that reporter for the article that's coming out on you, but I figured I'd give you the heads up. You have any comment whatsoever? Steve, you did 1 year in Korea, never set foot in Vietnam. It's fact. You were in Korea from January 8th, 74 to January 7th of 75. I'll actually send you a picture of you back in the day, back in the 70s, that NPRC sent us. You want it? Any comment whatsoever? I didn't think so.
Pilot. No, I never was a helicopter pilot. I flew in, I trained it, I could fly it. We were on one mission one time. This was actually in Korea on a training one where the pilot's canopy door blew open, and he told me to take the sticks. So I took the sticks, and they're unconventional, really. When you're on the front seat of the Cobra, the collective's on the left side, and the cyclists on the right side, so it's kind of weird on trying to keep the levels. I kept the level until he got the canopy closed, and then he took back over the aircraft. But then
I have a question,
yeah,
sir,
sure.
though, but just sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
On the back, on your Facebook page in front of Kmart, it says Vietnam Cobra pilot on the back of your car, your truck, with the Vietnam Combat Service.
Oh, because that's all they had available on that. The company we got that from on it, that's all they had on there, so that's why it's on there.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. And then just one question. So what was your MOS? What did you go to school for?
67 Yankee 20.
Which is?
The Cobra. It starts off as a Cobra mechanic, but then I got promoted automatically into a crew chief.
Okay. And then
you got to have knowledgeable on maintaining the aircraft before you become a crew chief.
Okay, and then last question, how long did you serve as a sergeant? And thank you very much.
Oh, okay. That's actually when I got promoted as a sergeant. I believe it was like 6 months, 7 months, something like that.
Hi, my name is Shannon.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm a big fan of Wendy Rogers, and so I naturally am drawn closer to voting for you.
Thank you.
My father was a pilot in Vietnam, and I kind of talked about this issue because I was very upset. I'm trying to understand what is, he calls it an MOS identifier for a co-pilot / helicopter chief. He said he's never heard of that. And the question about being a Spec 5, he's never heard of a sergeant flying a helicopter. It's usually a warrant officer. So I just think if you can, explain that, I think, you got this.
Sure. My time I was in, we had very few warrant officers, especially in the Cobra sector. Still had a lot of Huey guys, and we're trying to transition fuel over. And in my unit, we had 6 Cobras and only 12 guys. 6 warrants and 6 crew chiefs. Now, the crew chiefs, you crawl into the front seat and go on a mission. You're considered the co-pilot, and you operated the front turret guns. It was a 40-millimeter grenade launcher and a 7.62 minigun. But most of the time, your responsibility is actually watching for other aircraft. A lot of people don't realize there's a lot of aircraft